Welcome dear students. Chapter we are going to continue is rural administration. Okay, and the last part of the chapter, land and revenue. Okay, so in this chapter we will be seeing some of the points like Patwari, Tahsildar, district collector and all. Okay, keep in mind all these points we are going to see. Some of the points we have already seen. We are going to continue with the rest of the points. So we are going to see land and revenue. Now what is this land and revenue, dear students? Let us read land and revenue. What is this land and revenue, dear students? The maximum disputes among the people living in a society are due to ownership of land. Why people today quarrel and fight? Because of the land, dear students. Ownership of land, to become a owner of the land. Okay, every person wishes to own some land to live or to cultivate it for food or and other incomes. Keep in mind, they what do they want exactly? Their wishes is to have some land and to cultivate, okay, to live or to cultivate some food crops so that they can survive. Okay, land is a costly and it causes lot of dispute arises. Because of land today, lot of fights, lot of quarrels, lot of killing takes place because of lands, dear students. Okay, there are fights between members of the same family, brothers, sisters, brother and uncle and so on. Okay, because of the sharing land, especially at the time of inheritance. Inheritance means when after your father, who's supposed to get the land? The children. So at that time there's a lot of misunderstanding, lot of fights because each one wants more land. Okay, so the government also collects revenue from the owner, which is based on the land owned for agriculture purposes. Some kind of taxes the village people give after their cultivation. Okay, keep in your mind. It is therefore important to maintain record of the land ownership. Therefore, they keep the record of the land. Who is having how much land? Basing on that, they give the revenue. Revenue means tax. Okay. So, let us continue with the next point. Now, the Patwari comes. Who is this Patwari, dear students? Okay. Keep in mind, who is this Patwari? Okay. This person, the maintenance of land records, keep your maintenance of land records and collection of revenue is a major function of the administration. Major function of the administration. Okay, that is why who this Patwari maintains the land records. Okay, the land and revenue collection is done by the revenue officer. Keep in mind, in the block you will get revenue officer. At the basic village level, a nominated employee, village level who remains a nominated employee of the revenue department. Okay, and who is that? To maintain, he maintains all the revenue department of the village. Okay, so records of the land he keeps or the ownership, keep in your mind. Such a person is known as Patwari. Okay, who is the head of this maintenance of records and tax collections? Revenue officer. And at the village level, who is that? Patwari. Okay, he maintains the record of the village. The Patwari is known by other names also. Keep in your mind, some names like depends on the region, depends on the place. Some place they call him Lekpal, some place they call him Karamchari, etc. Okay, keep in your mind. Here are the duties of the Patwari. Now we are going to see the duties of the Patwari. Maintain a detailed map of the area. Suppose one place is there where each land is measured and that land belongs to whom? He is responsible for that. He is aware of that. Okay. Next point is to measure and divide it into parts called khasras. You know what is this khasras? What is khasras? To measure and to divide it in parts. Okay, which one? Land. To measure, mark and record the ownership of the land on a map. Who belongs to which part of land, that is everything is mentioned. Okay, third point here, use a tool of chain and links to measure lands. Keep in mind, to update the records as and when it is subdivided or ownership of change. Okay, suppose one person having this big land, he has got two children, then automatically divided, so it should be renamed. Okay, suppose this person having another two children, then he again to be divided. Okay, so that is every record has to be kept. Okay, now let's see the next point. To maintain a separate records of common land of the village which is for grazing, festivities. Okay, some places, you know, some for some kind of work, common purpose for in the village they keep. Okay, no one is allowed to crop on these public places. In the villages you will see some kind of, or in the rural areas or in urban areas also, some lands are kept for common purpose. To keep a record of crops grown on the various patches of land. Okay, these are the duties of Patwari. Let us continue. To give information to district officials about the quality and quantity of crop, that so that the revenue can be charged. Depends on the cultivations, how many times they cultivate, what they cultivate. Basing on that they collect the taxes. To collect the revenue from the owner's land. Okay, they collect the revenue, taxes. To inform the district authorities in case there is failure of crops. Keep in mind, failures of crops due to flood and famine, etc. That time they need to give less taxes. Okay, now let us continue with the next topic, Tahsildar. Okay, who is this Tahsildar? Okay, in the block you will see this Tahsildar. Okay, the functioning of the Patwari is supervised at the next level of Tahsil, that is in the block level. Okay, Tahsil is the block level, or Taluka, keep in mind, by the Tahsildar. Okay, next, the Tahsildar is the revenue officer at the Tahsil. Keep in mind, I told you already. Okay, he is the revenue officer where in the Tahsil. Tahsil means in a block. Okay, he takes care of all the land activities, land properties of the people. Level which is also, okay, Tahsil level which has many villages under it. Keep in mind, a Tahsildar is the revenue officer of the Tahsil, and under this there are different levels which has many villages under it. In the Tahsil there are so many villages, and he is the officer of all these areas. This level is a subdivision of district. Keep in mind, the Tahsildar ensures that the records are maintained properly and to revenue collected is deposited with the government. Keep in your mind. He also hears the disputes of land at his office. Keep in mind, and gives his judgment after verification of records. Okay, and he maintains all the records. Okay, by Patwari. So Patwari is the responsible person in the village, and he keeps all the records and he keeps reporting to this revenue officer. Okay, he keeps reporting to revenue officer. Who is that? The officer in the Tahsil. Okay, that is whom we call it Tahsildar also. Next, we are going to see now the district collector, dear students. Who is the district collector? We call him DM, we call him DC, etc. Okay, or district magistrate also we call him. Okay, full form. District collector, this the highest level of land and revenue for rural areas is the district headquarters. Keep in mind, district headquarters. Okay, the district collector or the magistrate is responsible for all the revenue and land related aspects in the district. Keep in mind, here are responsibilities of the district collectors. Keep in mind. Okay, we have seen Patwari, the village level. The block level we have seen the revenue officer, that is Tahsildar. Okay, and we are going to see now person called collector or district collector. Okay, okay, see here the responsibility of the collector to ensure the correct functioning of all Tahsildars and Patwaris in the district. Okay, Patwaris at the village level, tahsildars at the block level, and here comes the collector. Okay, collectors responsible for the overall blocks, okay, or the tahsils of the district. Second point is to hear all land disputes and to judge the same. Keep in mind, all the land dispute he only judges. Next, to ensure that the revenue is collected in time and deposited with the government. Keep in your mind. Okay, to assess and to give recommendation to the government on matters of compensation, okay, in case the crops failure takes place because of flood, famine, etc. Okay, to provide rescue and relief in case of a calamity in the district, any calamity, natural calamity. Okay, he ensures the safety of the people. So this is what the chapter is all about, dear students. Thank you. Have a great day.